So you want to play as Gunner. Before everything else, I want to ask you, are you scared to be banned when you play as Gunner? If you are scared, you can skip this video.
DAN GER Dungers.
I don't want to take responsibility when you get banned. After all, you'll be taking advice from someone who got banned countless times in the past. With that said, if you are still watching, that means you want to maximize your win rate and you are ready to kill some evil roles without second thoughts. The first advice I'm gonna give you is to finish up your bullet as fast as you can. To start with, you must know the sooner you shoot, the better it is for the village team. It takes you 2 days to finish up your bullet, which means werewolves and zombie killers can kill you before you finish out both of your bullets. It will be a massive waste of resources for the village team. If you actually die with your bullets, the longer the match goes, the higher probability you can get killed before finishing up your bullets. And also, it gives higher chance for werewolf team to win the game. Try to finish your bullet before day 3, because after day 3, the chance of you getting killed will be too high. The second advice is to use your bullet on someone who's not confirmed evil yet. If we now know the ideal time for you to shoot is the day 1, day 2, and day 3, you must find someone who is not checked bad to shoot. If someone is already checked bad by Razir, then you can just vote that person. You don't need to shoot him. You can vote him. Now, how could I find someone to shoot? I don't have information. That is where the roll call comes in. Then you have to do some roll call. First, you must mention that you are the gunner and you are trying to shoot because you don't want to raise the chance that you get killed with your bullets. You want to shoot as soon as you can, so you do roll call. Does that make sense? If someone refuses to tell the roll, you have all the rights to shoot that person. Yes, you heard me. You can shoot anyone who doesn't want to answer your roll call. To do a roll call, just to back up a little bit, to do a roll call, first you might get rid of informers. In your mind, you must eliminate the informers from and the confirmed good people from your roll call list. Don't ask their roles because they are already good. Then you ask other people who they are. What I suggest you is to get rid of informer, confirm good and the random villager claims, and ask those who doesn't have any claims what their role is. And also you must tell everyone that you are a gunner first and you try to shoot. By doing so, people will know that you are doing a roll call because you don't want to waste time and bullets and you don't want to risk dying with your bullets. And if you shoot a villager who refuses to tell the role, so be it. You don't have a choice. It's his fault, it's not yours. Whoever said it is too early to claim and I will die if I send my role, they are trying to hide their roles. Hiding roles at villager is indirectly helping the werewolf team. You have all the right to shoot them. Learning how to deal with roll call is part of the game. Refusing to tell role as villager is just wrong. If you don't tell role, don't blame villagers to kill you because they don't know your role, you just refuse to tell role. Does that make sense? So check out my video on roll call for details about how to answer roll call as a villager and how to answer roll call as werewolves. So my third advice is to be confident. You must trust yourself. If you shoot wrong, it is your problem. If you do not blame on anyone else other than yourself. It is not anyone's fault if you shoot wrong, it is all on you. You take the decision for yourself. If you do not know who to shoot, then you are not good enough yet. Play more games. Learn from every single mistake you make and see how werewolves behave under certain conditions. Even if you lose certain games by shooting wrong, it is totally fine. You just need to learn from your mistakes, look back from what you did wrong. If there is 0.1% of chance that you will shoot a villager, if you play enough games, that 0.1% chance will become 100% because eventually as you play more, you will eventually kill a villager as gunner. It's totally normal. It's a part of the game. Shooting villager as gunner is a part of the game. Everyone will shoot one day. If they keep playing the game, everyone in existence will be shooting villagers one day. Do not be scared to shoot. You have your own shot, you have your own thoughts and logic behind the reason why you shoot certain person, and shooting wrong is just part of the game, and you must learn from it. If people harass you or report you, it is fine. You do not need to care about these reports or what they say. They're just salty and ignorant. Your only goal here is not to take care of other people's emotions. They don't want to tell you rules. They might feel offended. They're emotionally offended because you're as a rule. You do not need to take care of that. Your only concern is to win the game. If they do not collaborate, it's their own fault. They don't want to win. You try to win, but they do not. So it's not your fault. Your only goal is to win the game. So if you want to maximize your win rate as gunner, shoot as soon as you can. Also, you need to shoot someone who is not confirmed by overseer and informers yet. Plus, you need the most important thing. You need to be confident. Even if you shoot wrong, it's totally fine. It's part of the game. Shooting wrong is just part of the game. And continue playing and do your best to try to win as villagers. Even though you shoot wrong, it is fine. Do not be scared of getting banned. Do not scared of anything. Just do what you must do as gunner, and that's it. It could happen that you don't want to risk, and also it happens that you don't have enough time to do a roll call, or you don't really want to risk killing anyone. It is fine, but you need to find ways to hide yourself, because if the werewolves find you, they really want to kill you. Also, if you claim to be gunner and ask for protection, nowadays we have berserker werewolf who can kill you and the protector at the same time. So the best way is to hide. What I suggest you, there are a few ways to hide. The first one is to be off. To be off is just close your app during the night. So usually if the first day you didn't shoot, you don't want to be discovered and killed, just close your app and go off. It only works if people don't know you are doing this strategy. If you do it really often, people will start to notice and it won't work. But for now, it will still work if you use it once in a while. The second one you can hide is to claim to be random villager. Claim to be a random villager might be suspicious. It has its risk. If there's a witch and as gunner you claim to be random villager and the witch thinks you might be a fake one because the random villager count doesn't fit, you might get killed by the witch. Also, you might also be avenged by Avenger for the same reason. So claiming to be random villager as gunner could potentially save you from werewolf's attack, but the consequence is you might get killed by your own teammate because they think you might be the fake one. So this is risky. And other ways to hide, you can also hide just by claiming to be something like fool, or you try to claim to be the solo voter. For example, you say you are fool or headhunter on the first day. If there are too many information, it's fine. And people will ask others to shoot you or the other solo killer to prove, but because you are the gunner, you know you yourself is a fake, and you won't shoot anyone. This will prevent werewolves to check you at night, because they will think that you might be the real fool, and the other one might be the solo killer. Something like that. That can hide you a little bit. You are not 100% secured this way, but you can still try to do that. If you really don't want to hide, you want to stay clear, you can claim to be gunner and ask for protection. Well, this is the most risky one, because if they have a berserker werewolf, you might gonna risk your life plus the life of the protectors. If they have a berserker werewolf, if the solo killer is Ardonis, you might also be in danger. So asking for protection right now in today's rank system is not as good as hiding. If you want to keep your bullet for full, you also need to hide. If you have a lot of advantage and you think there isn't berserker werewolf, you can keep your bullet for full. I don't suggest you keep bullet longer than 3 days, but if you have a lot of advantage, if you think that you're gonna win, if you think you can win, for example, you already found 3 werewolf and it's only 4 solo killer and another werewolf left, you can decide to keep your bullet and ask for protection, because you want to make sure to shoot full or solo killer, because both of them will be checked unknown. This is also risky. You can keep it, it's risky, but it's also an option. I'm not telling you to not do that. It's also an option. It depends on the situation. If you think there's only 1 full, 1 solo killer left, and you have a bullet, you can keep it until or a seer gives some information, and then you can shoot. That's also an option, but for the most cases in almost every matches, I suggest you to shoot before day 3, because after that, if you get killed, then you'll waste your bullets, which is really bad for the village team. So try to shoot as soon as you can when you have a really good advantage over the evil rules. Then you can keep your bullets to make sure you can shoot full. Okay, thank you guys for watching and see you next time.